Welcome to What the It's like the McLaughlin Group on acid. Now, Timothy Walton can't join us today. I think something went wrong with his van, and so we're just going to have to do the preview the old-fashioned way, me. Anyway, the first story we're going to be talking about is how people view the go-getters, the people that go the extra mile at the workplace. You'll be surprised. Our second story is, can a video game be so addictive that we should sue the game makers? Our all-star panel will discuss this after they finish playing World of Warcraft. Third story, we'll talk about whether or not Hooters can be sued for discriminating against fat chicks. Well, we'll find out. Our panel will find out whether or not wings and hot wings goes well with chicken breasts or not. And finally, we'll talk about a New York Times story which discusses whether the phenomenon of boomerang children or failure to launch. Whereas our guest panels will discuss why they're all still living with their parents. Anyways, let's introduce our panel, shall we? Starting with the person furthest from me, because she's the person least likely to tolerate the smell. She's a regular host on KNBT's show, The New Show. It's Jenny Glenn Glebe. She's cuter than a baby bunny raping a Smurf while chewing on the entrails of SpongeBob SquarePants. Who knew SpongeBob SquarePants had entrails? Sitting next to her, it's former Starbucks and Pete's barista James Hill. If subtle wit was a Picasso painting, I'd nail him to the wall of the main exhibit of the Louvre. In the middle chair, it's salesman extraordinaire Scott Birch. If charm were the Jonas Brothers, teenage girls would scream and run every time he came. And right next to me, wishing he was somewhere else at the moment, it's amateur artist and extremely minor league hockey player Bill Morgan. If penetrating insight was a submarine, he'd go down full of semen. Issue number one. Are the charitable, or are the charitable unbearable? Are the selfless clueless? Recent studies in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that those who volunteer to take on unwanted tasks or who hand out gifts without being prompted quickly alienate themselves. Psychologists believe this is because it makes the rest of us feel guilty and puts pressure on us to be just as charitable. In the study, participants were given an allocation of points that they could keep, or give up for the immediate reward of meal service vouchers. They were also told that giving up the points would improve the group's chances of receiving a monetary reward that the group would share. Most in the group would make fair swaps of 1 point for each voucher. However, there were those that made lopsided exchanges, greedily giving up no points and taking a lot of vouchers, or unselfishly giving up a lot of points and taking few vouchers. As expected, the participants later said they did not want to work with the greedy colleagues. Again, but the majority of the participants also said that they would not want to work with the unselfish colleague again either. But you know who puts the me on their team? These guys. Ah, yes, nothing like a dog taking a ride on a turtle to put the me in team. All right, let's start. I'll start with the first question with you, Jenny Lynn. Do you buy the conclusions of the study?
Which study are we talking about?
Oh, the study that I just discussed, spending the last minute while you were zoning out, wondering where the video was. But well, the fact that most people find their annoying find coworkers that are actually nice people annoying.
I'm actually a nice person in the workplace, and I guess some people have found me annoying. So from that perspective, I'll address your question. I think it's because those people who find nice people annoying, it has a lot to do with their own guilt, because they are less kind and less tolerant and helpful. So my answer to your question is no, not at all. I actually think it's great.
Okay. How about you, James? You buying this?
No way. I mean, this is a study about a bunch of strangers getting together and earning points for giving things away. I mean, so what do we get out of that? We get that nice guys or nice people are somehow hated in the workplace? I don't think so. I think it has to do with your personality and the context of what you're doing it in.
Okay. What about you, Scott?
I think you guys are way off. I agree. The do-gooders, the people who go out of their way to try and make things better for us, I got to tell you, I don't like it. It's those kinds of people are the ones who used to really study real hard and build a bell curve, on the final, the previous night I had my all-night kegger. So, no, I don't want someone trying to go out there and trying to be better than me or better than anyone else. Why can't everyone just fit in?
Bill.
Well, I'm conducting my own little experiment on that right now. Like, I'm going to go out and do something that nobody else would do. Like, I don't know, say appear on a friend's TV show. Yep. And then I'm going to see how people react to me afterwards.
Oh, okay, there you go. Well, anyways, I'll go to you, Scott. So if you buy this, how would that explain your success or failure in your past jobs, or would it?
Well, I don't think we need to talk about my failures right now. I don't think that's what we're here for. But I think what we're here to discuss is the fact that when you look at things on a day-by-day basis, you have to look at it as that you have so many expectations in life between your spouse and job and everything else. The last thing you want is some guy trying to mud it up for you, so that way you having issues.
All right. How about you, James? Would this explain? I mean, I don't know what type of person you are at work. But
I'm a very horrible person at work, actually. Yes, but
but well loved.
But well loved.
But well loved. Yes.
Well loved. No. So then, are you the person that doesn't screw people around and or not go the extra mile?
No, actually, I'm actually the nice guy, and I don't think anybody's annoyed with me. But
okay, all right.
You never know.
Okay, then let's move on to issue number 2. Can you OD on an MMORPG? Can you do a line while online? A federal judge in Hawaii is allowing a negligence lawsuit to proceed against the publisher of an online virtual world game, Lineage 2. The lawsuit alleges that a Hawaii man became so addicted that he is unable to function independently in the usual daily activities such as getting up, getting dressed, bathing, communicating with family and friends. Is it odd that holding a job and having a girlfriend weren't listed? The plaintiff claims that NCSoft of South Korea should pay because of the addictive nature of the game. He claims to have played the Lineage 2 for 20,000 hours between the years 2004 and 2009, and that he would not have begun playing if he was aware that he would become addicted to the game. Isn't hindsight great? But it appears the plaintiff has moved on to another fun game that isn't as addictive as Lineage 2. Take a look at his new game. Yes, nothing so great like Kitty Gun 1, and I'm sure there'll be another game coming up called Kitty Gun 2, and I think it's going to be for the Wii. Anyway, all right, let's. I'm going to start with you, James. Do you think Lineage 2 was the best defendant for this new type of lawsuit?
Well, fortunately, that's one of the few games I haven't played, so I can't vouch for that. But knowing you since college and our college days, yeah, I can certainly see how you could spend 20,000 hours wasting away playing a game on a computer. I think we had computers back then, didn't we? Yes. Can
you think of a better game to sue for being so darn addictive?
Yeah. Let's see. How about whose line is it anyway?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you never played Tetris?
No. All right. It's too Russian for me. I couldn't figure out the language.
Okay. All right. Scott, do you think this is a valid claim? Do you think the game developer should be sued?
I believe that this is a valid claim, and I believe they should pay him a tremendous amount of money. You have a young man who is socially awkward and has issues with meeting women. What better to brighten his life than give him some money? We all know, since we live, Steve Wozniak was probably not the most astute guy in life, but now he does tremendous things like Dancing on the Stars. I say, give this man some money, get him paid, get him some women and a nice car, a nice house.
All right. Well, are there any games that you played 20,000 hours on?
20,000 hours?
Or a game that you played a lot?
Well, a game I play a lot. I've been known to wrangle some tic-tac-toe from time to time. Can't say I've won a match yet, but I'm working on it.
Okay. All right, Bill. Let me ask you: could this end up being the greatest marketing ploy ever for this game company?
Well, let me ask you a question here. You say that the guy spent too much time playing video games and he forgot to bathe?
Pretty much, or just had difficulty bathing.
You know, Jim, might I suggest a little less World of Warcraft next time, okay? I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks a lot.
Anyone want this chair?
He's a little gamey for my taste.
All right.
He's a little gamey.
Jenny Lynn, what do you think?
I think that we need to be more responsible in our lives, and the guy's probably looking for a lot of money while he sat and played. I mean, not taking a shower and spending 20,000 hours of your time playing a game. I think the guy needs to go out, find a girl, get some meals, and have a life.
Well, now that you say that, I mean, do you think would this be the type of guy that you go for, like the totally awesome guy?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because I think we do have a copy of the complaint. I'm sure we can contact his lawyer and hook you up.
Actually, that's what I was going to ask you, if you could please help me to find him. Thank you.
Of course, he's all the way in Hawaii. Maybe there's somebody local similar.
No. I think
I don't know.
Yeah, someone has a lot of time on his hands.
No, I think I want him.
I don't know. All right.
I can bathe just fine. I just
Well,
choose not
try
to.
it, would you?
Yeah.
Come on, just seriously, this is a...
All right. Let's see here. All right. So, any final thoughts on this before we go to our first break?
I do. I have a final thought.
Excellent.
Okay, make it quick.
I do. My final thought is, I believe that you and that gentleman should get together to be friends, and perhaps you guys could form a gaming kind of collusion of men who don't bathe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you know, maybe you could online with him.
All right. Okay.
Join a club.
Now, what's it like to go to culinary school in a country that allows cannibalism? Jenny Ling Lee will tell us what she did on her summer vacation after the next break, and we'll sample some of her Asian surprise meatball appetizers.